When you play the blues, you'll have a smile on your face from Christmas till Easter. It's just fun stuff. And it's still got the pedagogy that you'd have of any other scale. It still needs fingering. It still needs rhythm. It still needs duration. It still has all the aspects of musicality, but just starts to make your brain think, you know what, I could improvise. And I think every teacher that's been taught traditional piano, I think we all want to improvise. Yeah. We all want that magic of composition. Everyone's seeking that who's a musician, I know. If you can be shown some elements from basic through to more advanced and see the progression of how the improvised notes can be added and how you can just, extemporize a little further and build on, you go, I think I could do that. I think I could teach that. I think I could have my students doing that.
Well, hello and welcome to the Piano Teaching Success Podcast. I'm Paul.
And I'm Gillian. Today we have got a fabulous treat for you, and it's following on from last month, isn't it, Paul?
It is. We started last month with a look at jazz improvisation, the very beginnings of a jazz improvisation. This month, we are so excited to have Mark Matthews with us, and you had the opportunity to speak to Mark, and he's in South Africa.
Yes, well, Africa, and we started in South Africa, and now he's in Africa. I know, he beamed all the way from that. Very, very thankful that he would interrupt his holiday to come and do a podcast with me. And in the studio in July, we're doing a masterclass, getting deep into how to begin improv. Because I think, it's not easy to kind of think about easy ways in. And Mark has a fabulous way of doing that. And I met him, we've known Mark for years, but I saw his presentation at Tim Topham's live earlier this year, and I thought, that would be great for the studio members. So he's actually agreed. And we've got so much stuff. We've got brainstorming about what we can do that now it's going to be 2 episodes. So we really are going to get
Yes, and I'm looking forward to this because you actually take some of the work that we're doing in the studio and you're sharing that with everyone today, where you're showing how Mark changes the materials, the written music, to take it from beginner through to intermediate in such simple ways. It's so fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little sneak peek into the masterclass. So if you are interested in improvisation, and we know that a lot of teachers feel that they're lacking in this area, you've done the research on it, and that's been come out in that research, but we generally, I think we're all thirsty for it because we just didn't get that opportunity as kids to do that kind of thing. In fact, it was kind of the opposite, wasn't it? So this is a really easy way for us to understand what to do and then to take them one step at a time, because it's all very good. Well, you go to like a seminar and you get one great idea and you do that, and then they want more and you go, I don't have more. That was it. But this way there is multiple steps and multiple layers to go through. It's going to keep you kind of like the expert.
Yes. So if you are interested, this is in the studio. Find out about the studio in the show notes. And let's go to the interview.
Well, welcome to the podcast. And I'm so excited to have Mark Matthews with us. Now, Mark is an Australian composer, but actually right now he's in South Africa.
Hi, Gillian. How are you? Good. And hi to all the Piano Teaching Success associates and teachers and students. I'm Mark Matthews. Yeah. I'm actually, you know where I am? I'm in the border of Zimbabwe and Zambia and Namibia, where Victoria Falls are. That's Dr. Livingstone, I presume, kind of country,
Have you been to the falls yet?
Oh, yeah, I went yesterday. And if you go, it's kind of like Africa's answer to the Niagara Falls. It's that kind of power, Yeah. And you get drenched. There's just so much spray and water. I was just standing there going, cleanse me with this Zambezi water.
Did you go swimming? Because I think you can go swimming, but you've got to be careful you don't fall over the edge.
It's called the Devil's Pool.
Right.
And you are literally 1.5 meters from the edge. It is just so invigorating.
Well, I'm glad you
Last
didn't
night I
fall
went-
over the edge.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And you feel like, as a man, you go, I reckon I could dive out here, and so, don't be thinking that, you know. And I went out for dinner last night with some people from the tour. And they said, I swear your hair's curlier tonight than it was this morning before you went to the falls. So look at the water
Right,
did something
yeah.
to my head.
Fluffed it up. Humidity. It's a rod up here.
So what's fascinating, just if I just fly a few hours north of here, right? There's a strip of land they call the Sahel region, right from the east to the west of Africa. You like this beautiful paper
Yes.
behind me? And this is where they believe the blues originated from, which is kind of pertinent to what we're going to talk about today, Kelly. Yeah. And so, because they've found instruments where the wear marks on these stringed instruments indicate bending of notes, flat threes, flat fives, flat sevens. This was actually African culture for centuries before, Mississippi and Louisiana thought that they had the blues, way before that. So it's just, I've got a couple of videos I'll have to send to you of where I was drawn into dancing with some local tribes people.
Yeah.
And they just get you in there, and then they give you a spear and a shield, and they put this headgear on you. It's just invigorating stuff.
So does
Everywhere.
even the dancing have a kind of jazzness to it? Or is it
What's happened? I think what's now happened, since white people came here, we've de-bluesified a lot of the traditional African music. And I feel a little bit like Yothu Yindi, they do have their elements of their originality there, but it's been whitened.
Crazy.
It's been whitened. You know what I mean? And so you do still find elements that there are bluesy notes being played and performed and sung, but it's almost like they feel they've got to westernize it,
And did you say, I think you've told me this story before, but did you say that they also found some sort of brass instrument, like rudimentary brass instrument that also could slide?
Yeah, there's even old flutes they've discovered as well, which do have this tendency that you can see where they've bent the notes. That's for sure. Yeah.
Crazy. So hey a minute, are you actually in Africa or South Africa? I think you're in Africa then.
So this is Zimbabwe. I'm on the Zimbabwe side of Victoria Falls. They're only like about a kilometre from here. And I did a helicopter ride too, and just the majesty of nature is just quite incredible. Very inspiring.
And I've seen the elephant shot. Me and the elephant. And me with the tiger. Was it a tiger? Was it a tiger or a leopard? Can't remember.
It was a cheetah, actually.
Oh,
yeah, it was a cheetah. And that elephant that you saw, they get you to hug. It's like hugging a tree trunk.
Oh, its leg.
Yeah. And they rescued this elephant because poachers had broken its tusk.
Oh.
And you can see in the photo, it's only got a portion of its tusk. And it's a very gentle, and its eyes like this. Its eyes look down at you when you're feeding it. They get you to feed it as well.
Oh.
And they say that if you feed it, if you come back in 10 years, it will still remember you.
Is that a tourism tree? They want you to come back in 10 years, or
Possibly.
you never know.
It's such a gentle thing.
Have you seen the elephant orchestras in north of us?
Yeah.
Is it Cambodia?
That's bad. Oh, last night we're having dinner too, and you can see the sunset, and this bull elephant came out of the bush, probably about 100 meters from the restaurant, down in this like a billabong lagoon, and he was testing the waters. Then he disappeared and then came back with his entire family, and it was just magnificent to watch them all just drinking in the cool of the evening, And then they did it. Then they had this parade. They walked off as if it was all planned. Dad, mum, and their 3 kids, and they paraded off into the bush.
Let's talk about blues, because I'm so excited. So we've just looked at the fact that it's actually originated blues, and that makes kind of sense because it was the music of the Black African down in Louisiana and all that kind of stuff. And so
Yeah.
it had its origins. I mean, they brought it with them, right? So that
That's
kind
right. You're a spiritualist. Yeah.
yeah, and all that kind of stuff. So which would go back as a folk music of their time.
Exactly.
So why is it that we all think that it's all the cool dude music? Like we think, oh, I'd love to be able to play like that, but I just don't understand it. Why do you think that is?
I think like we have some students that come to us and their parents want a traditional classical education. That's cool. We can give that to them. Then we have other students that like to, want a mix of contemporary and classical. And then we find students sometimes that can get stuck. They just don't know where they're going. And what I've found with these students, if I show them the blues scale, their eyes light up like poached eggs. And they go, what is that sound? And the flat five, that bluesy note in the blues scale is just, when you hear it for the first time and you do a grace note on it, you go, that is just so cool.
So it's not hard to be cool then.
I know, even uncool dudes can be sounding cool. And so, and you're right, though, people that have never played it, and I never really played the blues until I was 30, right? I had the traditional, you probably did too, I think Paul did as well. We had the traditional classical and we had some Yamaha in there as well. And so we knew how to do a bit of improvising, but never kind of ventured into trying those blues notes and so I watched a movie, Gillian and I, it was Little Richie was playing in this lounge room, Little Richie, right, in this movie.
Yeah.
And he was playing fifths and sixths in the left hand. I go, is that all you do? Wow, I could do that. And then he's just playing some cliches. And I'm going, so I started my adventure with the blues, and I went, oh. And so now when I'm teaching this, and I think this is really cool for your teachers, because you and I and Paul were at Tim Topham's Top Music Live. And I shared this session called I've Got the Blues, but I'm happy about it. And I kind of call it musical homeopathy, where you take what is the curse. If you've got the blues and you're not happy and you take the blues music and it helps the blues, right? It actually heals the blues and makes you feel happy. I say to people, when you play the blues, you'll have a smile on your face from Christmas till Easter. It's just fun stuff.
That is
right. And is it technical? Is it technical? Yes, and it's still got the pedagogy that you'd have of any other scale. It still needs fingering. It still needs rhythm. It still needs duration. It still has all the aspects of musicality, but just starts to make your brain think, you know what, I could improvise. And I think every teacher that's being taught traditional piano, I think we all want to improvise. Yeah. We all want that magic of composition. Everyone's seeking that who's a musician, I know. And if you can be shown some elements from basic through to more advanced and see the progression of how the improvised notes can be added and how you can just, extemporize a little further and build on, you go, I think I could do that. I think I could teach that. I think I could have my students doing that. I had one student who never practiced. This boy, Boric was his name. And his dad came to lesson one day and said, "My Boric, he go home, he's not training on piano." And I said, we train at soccer. You practice piano. Yeah, he not train on piano. And I said, okay, I'll try something different. And so I played the blues scale for this boy. Now 20 years on, he runs 2 bands in Sydney and has a recording studio. All because of that. That changed his life. He said, show me that again. He came back the next week. He'd learned 3 different scales of blues. He then played them in all 12 chromatic keys. And from there on, he just never stopped.
Something in him. I think that is so true. I think there's a couple of things I want to unpack here. One is that these days, I do think we often get a lot of children that actually don't listen too much to music. They don't really know what they want. And so you say, would you like this piece? It's hard sometimes to get a bit of a reaction out of them. But you play something like this, and then this is very compelling. You do absolutely get a reaction from it. So I really, really love that. And I think you are right. Before, when you say it makes you happy, I was actually playing one of your songs before, but as a bit of a prep for this. And we've got this for our masterclass in July for the studio members. And what Mark has done is put together he's chosen 3 pieces and he's just got them simple, like for beginners. And then we did prelim, so sort of next layer up, then grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3, and grade 4, I think. But, and this one requires, is it grade 3? Okay. So I don't know how many times I played this thing, but
There's a lot.
I had to do those like fingers. This one we have to snap your fingers and everything. Anyway, I found myself by the end going, yeah.
I know.
I was really getting it. I think I better practice this. And then I'm thinking, and I sort of kind of relaxed into it. And then by the end, I thought, yeah, this
I know. Just those little jazzy elements, just that little grace note, just that little finger snap. Because we're talking about tactile action technique, and this is where I've seen students, Gillian, transform from quiet little mouses to these powerful performers on stage, because tactile action technique, where we do a finger snap on beat 4 or yeah at the end of the song, the student knows that their song has got an edge. Yeah, it's got something about it the audience will love. So they've gone from being this, I'm not sure about this song, to they're going to love it. And they walk on stage confident. And when they do all the finger snaps, it's good fun. But the amazing thing that they don't realize is this. You know how students will often, they'll say, oh, I'm counting in my head. I go, I know what that means. I know when I've counted in my head, it goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can convince yourself your timing's right. And I say, no, you've got to count out loud. And they go, oh, I can't do 2 things at once. That's because we haven't tried it yet. Trust me, it's going to happen. And so we're going to play and count at the same time. And so what the tactile action technique does, if you've got a finger snap on beat 2, that means you've got to be counting to get that right. Or if it's on beat 4, you've got to be counting to get that right. So it actually reinforces. It looks like it's just fun, and it looks like it's just something. And you guys love it too, I know, because it's whole body learning. It's whole body learning, isn't it? Yeah. It's right. It's exactly what piano teaching success does. The whole body is involved. And that's what Paul does with visual and physical. It's 3-dimensional, isn't it? Yeah. It's 4-dimensional because it's got duration in it as well. And so they don't know it, but they've been forced to be on the beat and get the groove. Then the groove starts to come. And so what I've done with these pieces for you, the elementary ones are usually just quarter notes. Yeah. But it's showing them what the 12-bar blues pattern is, which is the basis of, even professional jazz pianists follow 12-bar blues mostly all the time. And so it gives them that structure. Yeah. So they know here comes the 4 chord, here comes the 5 chord, here comes the 1 chord. They know it comes at a certain point. So there's a rhythmic security and a chord progression security. And so, and then when they're adding their finger snaps to that, they suddenly come alive. And then by grade 1, I've added some little triplets, just some simple swinging triplets, and maybe the left hand's got more of that 5th and 6th, what I call the shells of the tonic chords. Grade 2 piece, now it's got more triplets happening and more bluesy notes. And by the time you got to the grade 3 of these pieces, that is a serious recital piece that can be played. And it's going to be a winner because it's got all the bluesy kind of cliches happening within it. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to pull these apart and our masterclass in July, aren't we? And we want to, so if you're a studio member and you're listening to this podcast, make sure you're sitting at your piano because this is sickle.
Yes. Yeah, that's because you're going to be involved. You're going to play. And I've got a couple of tricks I'm going to show, Gillian, and you've seen them, so we'll keep them a secret, but you've seen what I've done with it. And because with me, I'm also an engineer, and so I need to know how things work. If you just give me a blues scale, I need to go, well, yeah, what is that? And so I've pulled it apart, and I'll show every teacher in your teaching group what the aspects are. And once you know the little patterns, you can play the blues in any key, by just knowing the recipe. It's just a little formula. So I'll show you that quick trick. And then the other thing I think I did when I had that student come up on stage, and the finger shape is then the next thing. In certain keys in the blues, the finger shapes remain the same. And so you can get bonus scales for the price of one word,
Yes.
one practice, you know.
Actually, I was going to get you to talk about that. But what we might do is let's just go to a clip of me playing the pieces in order so that everyone can see it.
Here's a sneak peek into Mark's work and what we're going to be covering at Masterclass. I'm just going to take the first 4 bars of one of his pieces, which is Easy Blues, and just show you how he migrates that a little bit at a time from preliminary all the way to grade 3, or from elementary if you're in the US, all the way to perhaps late intermediate or intermediate. So this is the very beginning part. Mark likes to put the snaps in. Okay, so then we go to grade 1, and all we're doing is putting a 6th in, just one extra note in the left hand. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? But just one extra note. Now he's going to add a little bit more, some little bit of slidey notes and a few more notes in the right hand, still keeping the 6th in the left hand. It's really starting to sound quite like a piece, isn't it? And now we've got the hardest version, and this is our grade 3 version or our intermediate version. Yeah, so it's amazing. We've got such a great sophisticated looking sounding little jazz piece, and it's only just being adding a little bit at a time. And it's amazing what we can do with students. We can really start so small and then gradually build up a little bit at a time, and we end up with amazing sound. I love it.
Yay, that's good stuff, Gillian. You did well.
Thank you. Well, I was having so much fun with those, as you can see, playing them. And I just think it's so good to see this progression, to see one piece go through a metamorphosis and how it can be so simple and then end up so difficult just by adding little tweaks, actually, from one piece to another and one level to another. So I think that's really fabulous. Okay, so let's give everybody that, because I've done it when I was listening to your presentation at Piano Perfect Live, which is why I invited you onto the studio, and it's why we're here talking today. I thought, oh my goodness, you just told us this blues scale, because I go blues scale. No, I got a flat third. Which one do I leave out again?
I know, exactly. Yeah.
So, but this, when you said this, I thought, oh, of course. So, can you tell it? You want to sort of share your secret?
Sure. Tease that out a bit. Yeah. So how it's made of the 3 parts. Yeah, sure. And so every blues scale, and this is, well, I guess you could say, oh, Mark, there's several different types of blues scale. Let's just call this one the traditional basic blues scale, which is where we want to start. It always has the minor third. Yeah. And that's why, and that's a bluesy part too, right? And,
yes,
and this is
definitely.
why the Negro spirituals would often sound a bit sad, but the minor third is just a part of it. So the first part of any blues scale is a minor third. Now, if you know that, you can start on any note. You can start on B flat, D flat, whatever. Go on minor third. There's your first part of the blues scale. The second part is a 3-note chromatic run on the 4th. So it's a 3-note chromatic run on the 4th note. Like that's easy. That's just the subdominant. Yeah. So you can find the subdominant and do your little chromatic run. Da-da-da, just do, just. And that use your chromatic fingering.
So we talk about C. We've got C to E flat, which is the minor third, and then the 4th is F. And then we go F, F sharp, G.
Yeah. Now the F sharp is actually the flat 5. Yeah. That's the bluesy guy. And then so the dominant and the subdominant, they're easy to find, aren't they? You can get those. So we've gone 1 to flat 3. We've gone subdominant, play the bluesy note, the flat 5, and then on to the 5. There's your second part of the scale. And then the third part of the scale is an upper flat 7 to the upper tonic. So when you look at the scale in those 3 little parts, little building blocks, you can figure that out anywhere. You can say to a student, play me an F sharp blues scale. And initially you would freak out, wouldn't you? Yeah. Anything in F sharp. But then you just go, okay, minor third, yeah. Or like you were saying with C to E flat, there's your first. Then your chromatic run on the F to the F sharp to the G, and then your upper flat 7 is B flat to C.
Mm-hmm.
And there's your blues scale.
Mm.
Often in the blues scale too, the fingering is actually simpler than your major and minor scales that you would learn traditionally, because a lot of it is just using your chromatic fingers, right? And so you can play them really fast. And the one you mentioned, C blues, I reckon is a ripper, because you can just zip down that. That's all just 1 3 1 3 1 3 1, and you can do that at a lot of pace if you've practiced your chromatic scales.
Mm.
You know,
So when you
when
go
you're young.
1 3 1 3 1 3 4 on the B flat,
You could,
or B C.
you could, but I'm always tempted to do an extra octave, so I'm going to run it up again. You know.
Yeah.
But you're right. You can go 4 5, finish it
I
off.
can even do dum bum bum ba dum be da dee dee. It's like I
Yeah.
got a song already.
I know. And this is what I'm hoping. So you might have teachers listening going, yeah, but I've got students at grade 4 level. Cool. Let them sight read the 4 pieces you've got. Preliminary, first grade, second grade, third grade. Let them sight read that, and they go, oh, you just add these notes to make it more complex.
Yeah.
I changed the rhythm a bit. And then watch them, if they've got some creativity, watch them at their grade 4 level. Now, metamorphise that piece, as you mentioned, into something even more complex or exciting. Add some more left-hand rhythms, take it 2 octaves rather than just 1 octave, and it just becomes so powerful. And they go, oh my God, hey Mum, I'm composing.
Well, yeah, before I was playing all 4 levels of the Easy Blues, and a grade 4 student's not going to be able to get through that in one lesson. They're not going to sight read all of that. Not if they haven't experienced the blues before. They won't have
True.
a feel for it.
Yes.
So I think we always can make mistakes sometimes of thinking, oh, well, they're playing standard just here, they could do that. But there's much more to it, because the ear's got to be engaged. They've got their sense of rhythm has to be grounded, doesn't it?
Tactile action technique.
Yeah,
it's
they've
a
got to
whole-
pick that in, which is a if they haven't got, they're not used to taking their hands off the keyboard and finding it straight away. There's another aspect, right?
It is. And see, a lot of classical pianists tend to play very close to the keys. Yeah.
That's right.
But my style of composition, and what you've discovered with this, is I'm getting you to throw your hands up in the air. And you're right. Well, where was that G? Oh, there it is. You know? And what does that do? That actually really gives you this sense of what your space is. I think it takes it just that 2-dimensional into a 3-dimensional space. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? To some extent, also, it just frees you up. It frees you up. What I mean by that is it relaxes you. You have to kind of like let loose a bit, right? Because you can't have like, you can't be like, you know, those kids that are really, really fun. They're very like, oh, I've got to be very, very good here, and I've got to sit up properly. You got to ease into it.
I know, Gillian, I think you've caught the blues bone. You know, I reckon you've got it.
Oh dear, I do like them.
Look, you'll be composing the next, the next
That's right.
series. You might,
Watch out. Let's see what the pieces come up.
we might do some collaboration. We can collaborate on some stuff.
You never know. Absolutely. Well, I'm so excited to have you on the studio masterclass coming up soon. It's, I think, mid July. And if you would like to join us in the masterclass, in fact, we're going to be doing 2 months of it, because we've gone, oh my goodness, we got this, and we can do this, we can do this. And we thought, oh no, we really need to make this into 2 months. So we've got 2 solid months coming up and it's just expanding. So the basics will be done in the first masterclass, and then we're just going to add and add and add. So
So I think
you join us.
if you're thinking as a teacher listening to this going, oh, it sounds like it's going to go too fast, promise you it won't. We're going to take that first one and get the elements of the basics. So you see the preliminary and the first grade first, and you can go out and practice it yourself. And that's okay as a teacher to go and practice, isn't it? When students aren't watching, you can go and practice and improve your skills. So when your students come back next week, they go, wow, you can play the blues. And that inspires them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was so excited when I saw Mark present at Tim Topham Live. And I thought, oh my goodness, our studio members would really benefit from this, because it was such a gradual introduction to the blues and how to teach it. I mean, so many times, oh yes, well, it's really, you see a blues guy, oh, well, it's really easy. You should do this and this and this and this. And you're going, well, that's great, but how do I start it? So what Mark has done is he's graduated from very, very simple and just adding this little bit and then adding that little bit. And I thought, oh my goodness, this could be so good. And which is why I've asked Mark, and he has, I'm very glad that he has agreed to come on and share his expertise with our studio members.
Thank you. No, I'm honoured to do that. And I think if we add structure, something about adding structure brings security to teaching.
And you feel
you can make it look like you actually didn't structure. And this is the beauty of blues and composition, I think, that if you use structure and you know your structure and your theory and your pedagogy, then you can be creative on top of that. Then it looks like it's not structured. You know what I mean? It looks avant-garde and free, but you know underneath you've got that foundation of structure there.
And I really think with a lot of creativity, at the root of all of creativity is a structure. And this is where, to some extent, if you have great masters in painting or any art form, the best ones have had a very strict upbringing, and then they know how to bend the rules. So they're deliberately breaking the rules rather than not being even aware of them. And yes, those ones.
It's a bit like, I agree. It's a bit like when you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie. And I've played Freddie Mercury's piano in Zanzibar, by the way. When you watch the movie,
it's where you are, isn't it? It's there somewhere.
It's just a couple of hours up from here, yeah, that's for sure. But when you watch the movie, they've left a very critical chunk out. The guy spent 3 years of music at university, right? So we just think that Freddie Mercury's this genius.
Yeah. Now it just happened.
Yeah. Now he did a degree in music. Come on. So he had so when he looked kind of on stage looking like a free spirit, it's because he had practiced.
Yeah, the structure behind him. Yeah, but
he had structure. Yeah, knew the structure for everything. That then allowed him to be confident, to be completely quirky and completely push the boundaries that we'd never heard harmonies before, had we really?
No. And really in that piece, what an unusual piece, Bohemian Rhapsody. Like who, I think I've seen the, what do you call it, the documentary about it. And they were going, oh no, it can't work. It's not going to be any good. And no one could. And that often happens with things like that. Go absolutely take the world by storm. No one ever can pick which one's going to be, but no one really realized what that piece would do. Even my kids.
You can actually hear it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I think also that you can hear in Bohemian Rhapsody classical structure, can't you? As well as the crazy rock. Yeah. All the chord structure. You see all your cadence points, all that stuff.
Well, you've got the a cappella harmony, choir going on. And...
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Well, I'm looking forward to being part of this with you. That's for sure. It's going to be
good. So if you want to join Mark and I and Paul at Masterclass in July, make sure you join the studio. It's $49 a month. You can sign up on pianoteachingsuccess.com, and we'd love to see you there. So thank you so much, Mark.
And just wait till we add. So this has just been Gillian and I. Wait till Paul's added to the mix. This gets it's even more exciting. So.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.
Well, I can't wait till next month in the studio for our masterclass, Gillian. This is going to be so much fun.
Yes. And for our studio members watching this, remember, as I said earlier, this is going to be like really practical. So make sure you sort of set yourself up at your piano, because Mark's going to ask you to do little things and try little things out. We're not going to put sound on it or anything like that, but you are going to get to try it out, because it's nothing like putting something straight into action to sort of get it to glue into our brains.
That's right. And in the studio, we're actually getting 3 pieces of Mark's music that you can download and print out for your students as well.
Yeah, we're having practice with it and everything. Yeah,
exactly. And 4 levels as well.
Yeah, it's actually more pieces.
Which is amazing. And if that interests you and you'd like to join, you can join the studio for a month, try it out and see what you think.
It's only $49 for the month. So yeah, love to have you along for the masterclass. It's going to be fun.
So if you like today's episode, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps this platform that you're on know that you'd like to see more, and it also tells other people. So check out the show notes as well. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.